It's always nice when I can review a few figures that are kind of in one similar theme. And today, it's a bit of a Star Wars Rebels day. We've got Kanan Jarrus, Zeb Deluxe, which is a deluxe figure, and Ezra Bridger. And Ezra Bridger, Hero of Lothal. Obviously, Ezra is from the Ahsoka show, but he's based on how he looked at the end of the Rebels show, which, I guess the Kanan and Ezra don't really match costume-wise, but I'm not really worried about that. I don't really stress about that nowadays. I'm just happy to have these characters in my vintage collection, because the only versions I really have are 5 POA, and I don't really like that, because I like the Rebels characters. I'm not the biggest fan of Rebels. I wasn't a big enough fan to get the whole Ghost, but I got these ones, and I think they're pretty cool looking from what I'm seeing so far. So who am I going to open first? Let's do Ezra first, because he's probably the one I'm least excited for. Don't get me wrong, I love Ezra. He's a cool character. And especially after his portrayal in Ahsoka. I thought the actor for Ezra in Ahsoka was perfect. That is, by far, in my opinion, the best cartoon to live-action casting I have seen in Star Wars so far. I loved Ezra's performance and Ezra's portrayal in Ahsoka. And obviously what we have here is just from when Sabine was checking out the hologram of him, what he said to her before he ventured off into the unknown. I guess it was almost like a what if thing he left for. I don't know, because he didn't really have time to record that before he, jettisoned off into space, but here we are. Nice card back, by the way. Forgot to talk about that. Love the color, matches the whole hologram thing. Probably the most high-resolution portrayal we've seen of this portrayal of Ezra. Yeah, looking cool. Definitely looking cool. One of the few Jedi trained after the fall of the Empire and an early member of the emerging rebel movement, Ezra Bridger vanished in the battle to liberate Lothal, disappearing into deep space. Where'd he go? I have no idea. Watch Star Wars Ahsoka and find out. Whoa! So here is Ezra's, now Sabine's lightsaber. I still don't really see how the whole Sabine becoming a Jedi thing, I don't see where that came from. I really don't feel like there was enough of that, being teased in the show. It kind of just came out of left field for me. I'm like, wait, since when was Sabine, Force sensitive? Since when was, her being trained as a Jedi a thing? But it's okay. It's okay. It was still fun. Yeah, this seems like a nice little Ezra. Definitely digging this. This is one of the few Ezras I have in my collection, since I don't collect Black Series. And yeah, it looks pretty good. Yeah, he's got his little scar right there. Definitely does have a pretty good likeness to the actor that portrayed him in Ahsoka. And yeah, just portrays how he looked at the end of the Rebels show. Dang, that's a lot of elbow range. That's a really nice elbow joint right there. Definitely digging that. Yeah, that's nice, man. Dang. How about the hips? Did the hips move good? Yeah, they're attached on these thigh straps, but they still move perfectly fine, even with the holster and everything. That's impressive. How about the knees? Yeah, good joints all around. Oh, nice upward at the ankles, too. Yeah, this is a very poseable figure, for sure. Definitely happy with this. Let's go ahead and give him the blaster and the holster. It does seem like they kind of simulated the strap right there, but obviously because the figure is so small, you're not going to actually get a fully working strap. Actually, other figures, such as figures in the old Indiana Jones line, had straps. Yeah, and they were annoying and horrible. I would not want it here. There is a hole at the bottom that makes me think that the blaster should go in more, but it doesn't really seem to be going in more. Can it go in more? Can I, poke it through there? Yeah, it should be able to go through that hole. It's big enough. Come on, go through the hole. Go through the hole, I say. Stab through the hole. Don't break. Go through the hole. It's okay. Go through the hole. It's not going to go through the hole. It goes through the hole this way, but it's not going to go through the hole. It should go through the hole, but maybe it's bending in there or something before it goes through the hole. Oh, wait, is it going through the hole? Do we have it? Oh, I see it. I see it. Come on. Come on. I'm probably totally breaking this thing. I probably am, let's be honest. Oh, is that it? Close enough. I don't care. Close enough. I've been wrestling with that long enough. But yeah, he's got his hilt, and you can put the hilt on the hip right there. Oh, that goes in really good. Dang, that's nice. I do usually keep the hilt and the lightsaber on the figure, when I display it. You may think, why would you do that? It's just, it keeps everything together. It just makes my life easier. Oh, wow, that's a nice ball joint at the waist right there. That's really good. Yeah, he's got really nice articulation. I'm definitely liking this Ezra. I mean, it's modern vintage collection, you know. It's very few and far between still, but man, every figure is pretty solid. He's got some nice detailing on his gauntlet right there. I love the color. I think Ezra's always been a very nicely colored figure. Since the whole Star Wars Rebels design philosophy is very Ralph McQuarrie inspired, you can definitely tell the color scheme for Ezra is very Ralph McQuarrie. Yeah, I really enjoy this figure. It's a really good one. Let's open Zeb next. Let's see what he's got going on. All right, Zeb, let's see what you got. You're a deluxe figure, and I feel like you might be justified in that. It seems like you're going to be a pretty nice chonky thing. I'm sure, seems like he comes with a decent amount. I'm sure he'll be mummified in here like they all seem to be. Come on out. Yeah, there we go. Oh, and he's in a dress. Oh, you look so gorgeous, Zeb. Wow, congrats. Where you going dressed like that, bro? Yeah, let's like cut this tab right here. I guess they're going to change the deluxe packaging for Vintage Collection. Because at San Diego Comic-Con, they showed off Cobb Vanth, and he's a deluxe, and he's in a card back. So I guess they're going to put him in card backs now. Honestly, that's fine with me, because I don't really keep these boxes. I mean, the boxes are nice, I guess. But I mean, just looking at this box, it's just pictures of the figure that you already know you're getting. You know, it's not something I'm super worried about, necessarily. Yeah, it seems like he has his staff. He also has it in gun mode, and he has a couple little Electro things. So yes, it seems like pretty decent accessories. Wouldn't have minded like an alternate head with him smiling. But overall, seems pretty nice. I'll keep the box back there since it seems like it doesn't want to focus and ruin ruin the focus of the other figures. And I'll take that. I'll take that victory where I can get it. Alright, there's all the accessories. There's the important legal information. And here is Zeb. I have been waiting for a nice 3 3/4 inch figure of Zeb for a long time, because I love this character design. I love the character, and I wasn't satisfied with the 5 POA. Shocker! Shocker, right? I wasn't happy with a 5 POA figure of a character. But this Zeb seems really nice. How's his articulation like? So it seems like the shoulder pads, are they going to like, okay, they're going to feed into the torso when you articulate it. That seems pretty decent. Yeah, that's good. He definitely has some nice robust joints. Like that elbow's very nice and tight. Oh, wow, check out that waist rotation. That's a really nice ball joint right there, for sure. That's really good. His head seems to be on a dumbbell. Moving pretty good. Definitely digging that. Hips, pretty nice standard hips. Moving nice and good. Thigh swivel. He's got a single knee. And it looks like he also has, yeah, an ankle joint. Wow, that's a big ankle joint. Like, look at that, like, poking out the back right there. That's a big joint. But I do appreciate that it moves forward. The paint seems really nice on this. He's got all the stripes. He's got all the costume details. He's got little details on the belt right there. On the gauntlets. Yeah, he's definitely packed. Oh, that's cool. So he's got little, like holes on his back. And you can put the staff stored on his back. That looks very nice. Can you put the gun on his back, too? I see the hole. I see the pegs, but I don't see... Oh, yeah. You can put the gun on his back. That would probably make the most sense. You know, having the gun stored on his back, since it's like the condensed form of this weapon. It is cool. I love Zeb's weapon, that it's like essentially the same thing, but transformed. Like, you can see how it like collapses, and the handles and everything move in different ways. It's a very, very cool weapon. How does he hold it in gun mode? Does he hold it good? Oh, yeah, for sure. That's really nice. Especially with how unconventional that handle is. Oh, maybe never mind. I don't know. He does have up and down at that wrist and in and out at that wrist. So let's try that again. Go back in there, good sir. There we go. Yeah, that's okay. I think I just knocked it out. And especially once we get that second hand on there. Yeah, he's looking good with that gun for sure. Definitely digging that. And then, yeah, with the wrist articulation and everything, you can get him holding it in a variety of nice little positions. That looks really good. But me personally, I think I want him with the staff, because I think the staff is such a cool accessory. How does he hold it? Does he just hold it like by the point right there? I'm not a big enough fan to be like, oh yeah, he holds it at that exact point. So it seems like he can hold it wherever. Like looking at the box. It's like maybe he can hold it like there and then right there. Maybe. But he does have these little electro accessories, and there's little holes on them. You can put those at the tips, and that seems very, very cool. So yeah, we can have our Zeb with his staff ready to zap some stormtroopers. Yeah, that's super cool. I'm so happy to finally have Zeb, man. I've been waiting for this guy for ages. I seriously don't know which accessory I want to keep him with, because I think they're both very nice. But just given the versatility of the Shocky accessory and the little effects on it, I'm more inclined to keep him with this, because I just think it looks a lot nicer. I'm just very happy with how this looks. Alrighty, there's Zeb. We got one more. We got good old Kanan Jarrus, and then we are done. Alrighty, Kanan, let's see what you got. So, card back is looking nice. Definitely enjoy that. I love the green. You don't see a lot of green in Vintage Collection, and I feel like green is a very fitting color for Kanan. Kanan is one of the best characters in the entire show, and I'm super excited to have his early season look, because it's my favorite look for him, like his initial look. Once known by the name Caleb Doom, Kanan Jarrus survived the Emperor's Purge, going underground for years, leading up to the Galactic Civil War. He was a leader amongst the Ghost Crew. That reminds me, did Zeb have a bio? Did he? No, I don't think so. Zeb is just Zeb. Everyone knows Zeb. Very interesting card back again. Like with the back of it, I kind of wish they would go back to what they were doing with showing the rest of the wave. But see, like, this is based on the original Vintage Collection boxes, but the original Vintage Collection boxes showed you the first figure of the character, not just the thing you're already buying. So it doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but oh well. So let's get him opened up. One thing about Kanan Jarrus that I know a lot of other people have thought about, especially since they did the whole him going blind thing, Kanan Jarrus and Rom Koda are very similar characters, and it really makes you think if they didn't have any sort of plan to sort of integrate Kanan Jarrus into becoming Rom Koda at some point, because like the hairstyle's the same, the whole, you know, not trusting clone troopers is the same, going blind is the same, being the master of the main character is the same. Like, even like his armored look, like especially on his sleeve, it's very Rom Koda-esque, and it just really reminds me of Rom Koda. So what does he have? He has his blaster, which is very cool. He has his lightsaber. I kind of wish he had the lightsaber in like multiple pieces, but you do have the lightsaber that you can just put on his belt. You don't have the whole option to like take this apart and like put it in different spots on his belt. Alright, getting in close on our boy. How's he looking? He's looking pretty nice. Definitely loving this. This is probably going to be my favorite. Can the hilt go into the belt? Yes, it can. Works very nice. Again, very nice ball joint at the waist. That's very good. I love the head sculpt. It reminds me of the Black Series one, and I really enjoyed the sculpt on the Black Series one. The armor looks really nice. It's done in like this metallic paint. That looks really, really cool. I love his arm armor. The rest of the costume, too. It has like that two-tone look. That looks very nice. The pants are pretty standard, but he does have these nice little knee pads and nice little boots. Very nice character design. I really love the design of Kanan Jarrus. Let's go ahead and arm him up. Let's go ahead and give him his blaster that still has tape on it. That's enjoyable, because he needs to shoot people. He needs to shoot the stormtroopers. And then, no, Luke, you are the stormtroopers. And then Luke was a stormtrooper. No one's going to get that joke except my brother, and I don't even know if he'll watch this video, because he doesn't collect 3 3/4 inch. He only does some Black Series, and even then he's cut back on that, because Hasbro is lacking these days. Yeah, this Kanan's really nice. I definitely enjoy this. His articulation seems like he's got a ball joint at the head, ball hinge at the shoulders, and that arm armor does a good job of moving up and getting out of your way. Elbows are pretty standard 90 degrees. Seems like the gun wrist is up and down, and then the saber wrist is also up and down, which is cool. So you could have him like point the saber on either hand. Looking very odd right now, but that's okay. What else? I've already talked about the waist. The waist moves very, very well. The hips, yeah, they've been doing a good job having the holster be in soft enough plastic where the hips can move out of the way. But I guess it's a little too soft for Ezra because the gun didn't want to fully go in there. Knees move very, very nice. And I do enjoy that the knee pad is on the bottom portion of the leg, because that way it makes sense when he's actually on his knee. You know, makes sense that the knee pad is down there. And then I really enjoy this upward hinge they've been doing. Because, like, some people are like, oh, yeah, you can move the ankle down. But no, that's not as important as moving the ankle up, in my opinion. You do have an ankle rocker as well. Works very, very well. Yeah, it seems like you can get him in some nice kneeling poses. It's Kanan Jarrus, dude. We finally have him in Vintage Collection. I can finally put my 5 POA one in a drawer and forget about it for the rest of my life. This is where it's at, dude. I'm loving this. Whenever I question if I should keep going with, like, collecting 3 3/4 inch Star Wars, whenever I get a newer figure, I'm just like, yeah, this is why. This is why. Figures like this. It just reminds me of how much I still enjoy this franchise and how much I still enjoy getting the figures of it. Even though Star Wars collecting is not my number 1 anymore. Hell, it's probably not even my number 2 right now. I still very much enjoy getting these. So there we go, guys. There's my look at the Rebels Hero Trio of Kanan Jarrus, Zeb, which is a deluxe, and Ezra Bridger. I think these figures are really solid. Ezra's probably my least favorite of them because he's not one of my favorite characters. But still, it's a nice figure of a nice character. Zeb is one of my favorite characters, and I think the deluxe price point was fairly reasonable for this one. You know, he is significantly larger, and he's got a lot of nice paint, and he's got a lot of nice accessories. I was happy paying the price I paid for Zeb. I was happy about it. And Kanan, he's one of my top favorites from Rebels. I'm super hyped to have a new Kanan Jarrus in my collection that I can actually bend his elbows and his knees. I used to have the Black Series one. When it comes to the Rebels Black Series, I got Kanan and Sabine. And then I stopped before they did Hera and Ezra and Zeb and all the rest. That's when I, like, cut out Black Series from my collecting journey. So I have had a Kanan in the past that I could move. But having one again in the scale that I enjoy for Star Wars, yeah, I'm super happy with these. I highly recommend them. Let me know what you think about these down in the comments below. Are you going to pick any of these up? I personally think they're well worth it. And did you get the Ghost? Did you back the Ghost? I didn't. I'm not that big of a fan, but let me know if you did. Special shout out to channel members, as always. Thank you all so much for the continued support. Have a great one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.